Hello everyone, Eckhart here, creator of Beyond the Veil. Today I'm going to show you some early gameplay from the game and go through some details about the game's mechanics. Beyond the Veil is a semi-turn-based RPG created in RPG Maker VX-Ace. You can find more details in the links posted in the description. Let us start a new game. We start at the character creation screen. As you can see, you have a couple options to select from when making your character. We'll start off with our gender. As a standard, we can choose two genders, male or female. Player's gender has no effect on gameplay, so choose whichever you prefer. Next, we'll select our starting attribute. Attributes act as a starting class for the character, determining the stats and starting equipment. We have 6 attributes to choose from: Wanderlust, Hardworking, Caring, Swift, Fervent and Average. Pressing Q and W or right and left trigger on a controller changes the details displayed. For the purpose of this showcase, I'll pick Hardworking as our starting attribute. Next we can choose our starting gift. Those are few bonus items we get along with our starting equipment to help in an early game. I'm going to pick Bombs. Next step is changing our appearance. Each gender has 6 different choices of appearance and they have no direct effect on the gameplay either, so pick whichever you like the most. Lastly, we get to pick our name. When using keyboard, we can simply type in our name. When playing with a controller, name input is changed to one that doesn't require typing. Once we are happy with our character, we can confirm the creation and start our game. As the intro cutscene ends, we are entering the passage through our tutorial area. For the showcase I have changed some values in the engine. Enemies will not hit hard and will give more experience upon defeat, but in the actual game those values will change. Throughout the area you have tutorial messages scattered around. Those messages will also be accessible from the game's menu as a refresher when needed. Next to the body by the tree we can see a small flashing object. That's an item pickup which we'll find a lot of scattered around the world. This one is particularly important as it contains our starting equipment. Each item we will pick up has a basic description which you can see on the bottom of the screen. By pressing Shift or Y on a controller, we can open a more detailed description containing lore and more information. Now let us equip what we just picked up. Up on the top of the screen we can see one of the enemies roaming around. If we approach them, they'll start to pursue. Once we touch them, the battle starts. Here we can see the battle screen. We have a number of actions to select from on our right side and our HUD on the left. HUD is displaying 4 different bars. Red bar is health, blue is our focus, and dark green is our stamina. The small lighter green bar over the stamina is our recovery. Different actions and different weapons will affect how fast we recover and can perform another action. Each action will consume our stamina, but it recovers on its own if it's not full. Each action also has a hotkey assigned to it. Or alternatively, we can use arrow keys to select the option we want. In the attack menu, we'll have various number of options. Some weapons, like our longsword, can have more than one option of attack. Here we can select between slashing or thrusting. Some enemies will be weaker to certain types of damage. Each weapon also has its own weapon skills that cost both stamina and focus to use. Our longsword has a half sword as skill, which is a fast but not too strong hit with the hilt that deals striking damage and may briefly stun the enemy. Once we'll perform any action, the battle will start. Enemies will have a wind-up before attacking, which we can see now. It displays an animation on the enemy, and once their wind-up ends, they will attack. Now, as we defeated our enemy, we'll get our experience, gold and possibly item drop. Healing potions, one of which we just picked up, work in 2 ways. In battle, they provide short and steady regeneration. While used on the map, they instantly recover a certain amount of our health. As we'll go further into the map, we can see more enemies moving around. If we start a battle with an enemy, and there are more enemies within certain range, they will join the battle. This adds another layer of strategy, as fighting enemy one-on-one is much easier than fighting multiple enemies. Player will have certain tools on disposal to deal with multiple enemies. One of those are the bombs we picked up when creating our character. Certain spells, skills and some weapons will have wider area of effect as well, which can hit multiple enemies at once. Those tools will have limited range, so if enemies are scattered too far, they may not reach them. But if they do, each enemy in range of the bomb or a spell will get damaged. Upon defeating multiple enemies, we get experience and gold from all of them and any potential item drops they could have had. As we progress further in, we reach our first campsite. Those are safe spots and act as a checkpoint and a resting point for player. Here we can rest, which recovers our health, focus and our main healing item, which we don't have yet. It also respawns most of the enemies we have defeated on our way. If we have enough experience, we can also level up when resting at a campsite. While leveling up, we have 4 different options: survival, energy, might and support. Each option increases certain stats of our player. For the showcase, I'll level up survival. As a side note, the level up system can still change in the finished product, but currently it will stay as it is. Now, after we have leveled up, let us rest and prepare for what is coming next. At the end of the bridge north of us, we'll find our first boss battle, Royal Sword Argan. Here you can see how healing potions will when in battle. We don't recover our health instantly, but gradually. If we lose the battle, like I just did, our character dies and is bound by the Veil. We are getting moved to a different area on a different plane, Famrir. Once we arrive there, our journey through the lands of beyond the Veil begins.